But right now, it's time to go from one extreme to the other, from the heights of ire to the depths of the shame well.
What was I thinking? Why did I say he had nice ankles? She was stood behind me the whole time. I didn't know he's only got one hand. I was signed in on her Gmail.
John's Shame Well.
Okay, folks, this week we've got a very special shame well. If you've got a shame well, email it to ellisandjohn@bbc.co.uk so that we can rid you of your shame from your past misdeeds. This shame well, I think you will have difficulty with, at least in terms of finding any positives or any chance of absolution. I grew up in Australia. In 2006, when I was 16, I came up with a way to impress my whole school and hopefully capture the heart of my crush. To this day, it is the most shameful thing I have ever done. A boy at my school was given a medal of bravery by the state government for saving someone from drowning at the beach. They were lauded by the Premier, by the Mayor and the Principal of the school, and as a result, were the subject of an entire assembly. Well, after that, this guy, just your regular Joe Bloggs, was suddenly a hit with the ladies. He got a girlfriend and was admired by all in our year, as well as the kids from the grades above. I was overcome with jealousy. Why should this bloke, who just happened to be swimming at the same time and place as the drowning girl/boy/baby/adult, I can't remember, why should this guy get all these accolades and good juju? All these slaps on the back for basically just swimming a bit? No, I thought. I would show them true heroism. God forgive me. The first thing I did was find a copy of a German news story where someone had jumped in front of a car to save a young girl's life. Then, with my non-dominant hand, I wrote a letter to myself 10 years in the future.
Oh my God.
The letter said that I was in a German hospital bed and had survived life-threatening surgery after I jumped in front of a car to save a little girl. This forgery I then rubbed dust on and simply and quite expertly photoshopped my name and the corresponding date onto the German news article to make it match up. Next, I bought a commemorative German coin and fixed a ribbon to it. I added this and other items from 1996 and put it in a time capsule, not to be opened until 2006. Then, in my mother's handwriting, I wrote a letter to the school, as her, saying that she'd read about the hero in the school newsletter and that her son had done an even more heroic act in 1996 in Germany, winning the country's medal for bravery.
This is unbelievable.
This letter
This is
I affixed to the top of the time capsule and, pretending I was embarrassed about the whole affair, left it with the head of year. 2 weeks passed and nothing came of it. I gave it a shot, I thought. Then, our head of year spoke about this at the school assembly with me on stage. I was finally the hero. This is all I had ever wanted. I enjoyed what the other boy had enjoyed, the admiration of my peers and elders, for about a month. Then 3 kids in our year hosted German exchange students. I constantly felt sick, like a murderer who's yet to be caught. The exchange students were told this story, and when asked to see an article medal, I had to say I kept forgetting, and then even worse, I told them that the judges for the Western Australian of the Year had it as I'd now been nominated. For a month, I felt guilt and paranoia beyond belief. Every nod of the head or every high five turned my stomach into acid and my mind to fear. And you know what? No one ever found out.
Oh.
I've carried the shame ever since. Is there anything you can argue in my defence, or will I go to my grave a lying sociopath who rode the coattails of a true hero just to become popular?
Wow.
That is absolutely extraordinary.
But it's unknown shame. It's true, pure, 100% proof shame, because shame is private and guilt is public.
Yeah.
No one knows about this story now, but if someone's listening to this who went to that school in Australia, they'll know it was all a sham.
That's amazing.
What's...
But do you know what? If we're looking for positives, no one ever found out.
But what's
harm
worse?
No harm came of it. Or imagine if they'd found out, Dave. You'd look absolutely Billy Binkbonks.
Yeah, but Yes, you are absolutely right, but you rip that Band-Aid off and then he probably wouldn't feel the guilt and shame that he feels now if he got called out at the time.
It would turn to embarrassment.
Yeah.
And the
You might
embarrassment.
get expelled for doing that.
Yeah.
Or you would get some kind of severe punishment.
If we're looking for positives, and this person feels very guilty, and so we are looking for positives, trying to assuage the guilt, the creativity of it,
Yeah, the application.
the
The
application
forgery,
and
the knack
creativity.
for forgery.
Oh, yeah, there's a touch of Robbins about it. I'm not saying you'd
No,
ever
no,
go
what do you
to
mean there's a
that.
touch of Robbins?
Just
Only
the
the coin.
Just the
I
coin
wouldn't
of
need
the...
to buy the coin. I'd already have it.
Just the creativity. You wouldn't ever go to those lengths, but... Wow.
It's an absolutely mind-boggling Shamewell, and I'm going to think about this now until at least midnight.
Well, I think what I would say is at least you didn't put your forgery skills to an even worse crime as you grew older.
Yeah.
So you got it out of your system young. And, you know, young kids are jealous, and that's just, you learn from that. You've not done it since.
You're listening to Ellis James and John Robbins on BBC Radio 5 Live.